Hello my dear learners, welcome to my channel. In this video series, we are learning the Java programming language with practical demonstration. In the previous video, we learned about the abstract class. So you can learn about the abstract class by watching my previous video. The link is given into the card. Now in this video, we will discuss about the interface practically. So interface is a very most important topic of the Java. So let's start the session. First of all, we will discuss some key points about the interface. First, interface is used to achieve total abstraction. So suppose if you have the class and you have the data, right, and you want to provide the total, it means 100% abstraction to your data. At that time the interface will be used. So total abstraction means it will hide your data totally from the user. Okay. So interface used to achieve the 100% abstraction, means your data will be hidden totally. So if you have the class and you want to hide the data from the user, at that time the interface will be used. An interface is a specification of method prototype. So the interface provides the specification for the method of the prototype. All the method in the interface are abstract method. This is very most important point for the interface. All the methods that are available in the interface are abstract method. It will be default, by default it will be the abstract, right? All the method of the interface are public, abstract by default. So if you have interface and you are creating a method into the interface, so that method will be public and abstract by default. This is also a very most important point to understand. If you have the method in your interface, your method will be public and abstract by default. So public means you can access the method from anywhere, and abstract method you have to override the method in the child class, or you have to make the child class as an abstract class. An interface may contain variables which are by default public, static and final. It is also very most important point. If you have an interface and you are creating a variable into an interface, so that variable will be a public, static and final by default, right? So this is the static variable. You can access the static variable by the class name without creating an object. And final variable means the value of the variable cannot be changed. And public means you can access the variable of the interface publicly from the any class. So that is why the variable of the interface is a public, static and final. All the methods of the interface should be implemented in its implementation class. So you have to implement, if you want to create a child class, then the interface will be implemented, right? So if you have the interface and it should be implemented in its implementation class, means all the method of the interface need to be implemented into its implementation class, means a child class. If any one of the method is not implemented, then that implementation class should be declared as abstract, right? If you have a 5 method in your interface and you do not want to implement 2 method into the child class, it means at that time you have to declare that class as an abstract class. If you are not implementing all the method of the interface into your child class, at that time you need to make your child class as an abstract class. So if you have an interface, right, now you need to implement that interface into a class. So you have to implement all the method of the interface into the class. But if you do not want to implement any one of the method of the interface, at that time you need to declare your child class as an abstract class, right? So if you are implementing an interface into a class, you have to implement its all the methods available into the interface. We cannot create an object to an interface. If you want to create an object of the interface, it is not possible in Java. It means this concept is the same like as abstract. You cannot make the object of the abstract class. Same here, you cannot create an object of the interface also, because you have to implement your interface into the class, and all the method of the interface need to be override into class. We can create a reference variable to an interface. You cannot create an object, but you can create a reference variable to an interface. That reference variable can point out to the child class. That is what the concept of the interface. An interface cannot implement another interface. Means one interface cannot be implemented into another interface. Keep this point in your mind. One interface cannot implemented into the another interface, but you can implement an interface into the class. An interface can extend another interface. If you want to extend, if you want to inherit your interface, your one interface into another interface, at that time you need to extend the interface into another interface. It means one interface can extend by the another interface. A class can implement multiple interface. Means if you have a multiple interface and you want to implement multiple interface into one class, it is possible in the Java by using the interface. That is why I have written over here, a class can implement multiple interface, right? But one interface can extend to the another interface, and one multiple interface you can implement into the class. Since Java does not support multiple inheritance in case of class, but by using the interface it can achieve multiple inheritance. That is what we have seen in our interface video, right? There are not Java is not supporting multiple inheritance, but by using the interface you can achieve multiple inheritance in the Java. So let's understand the interface practically. Here I am giving you the demonstration of the interface, right? Now here what I am doing is, I am first of all I am saving the file into the Java folder. Say for example, file name is interface demo.java 1.java. I am creating a class interface demo1. Okay, in that I am writing a main method, public static void main. So this will be our starting point of the program execution. From here I am creating an interface. Say for example, interface name as, so interface keyword is used to create an interface, my interface. Okay, so here I have created an interface name as my interface. So in that interface I am creating a variable integer I equal to 10. So this variable will be public, static and final by default, right? I am creating, opening the CMD over here and going to the particular location cd java and java c. I am compiling the program interface demo1.java. So it is compiled successfully. It means that the interface is created and the class is created. Okay, I am compiling, running the file now, interface demo1, enter. It is running successfully also. This file has one interface and one class. The interface has a variable and a class has a main method. I am creating a method, say for example, void display over here. So that method will be abstract by default, right? I am just compiling the file again, running the file. It is running successfully. So here what we have done, created an interface and created a display method in the interface, right? So the method will be abstract by default. Now what I am doing is, I am implementing this interface into the class. So I will write implements my interface. Okay, so that interface demo1 class, whenever I am going to compile the file, it give me the error interface demo1 is not abstract and does not override abstract method display. Interface demo1 is not abstract and does not override abstract method display in my interface. Okay, so here what we need to do, we need to override that particular display method into the interface demo1 class, or you can make that class an abstract class. So there are two possibilities, there are two ways you can handle this error. First, by override the display method into the class. Second, by make your class as an abstract. Okay, so in this example, you can if you make this class as abstract, say for example, abstract class, I am saving the file and now I am going to compile the file. So this class can be abstract now. Okay. So if you remove that abstract keyword from here, it means you have to override all the method of the interface. If you write the abstract class, if you make the class abstract, it means now you do not have to override the method of the interface, because the interface is implementing into the class, but the class is also an abstract class now. Okay, you can watch my previous video to learn the abstract class. Now I am compiling the file. Say for example, to compile successfully, you can see when we make a class as an abstract now, so the error is gone. There are no any error now, and I am running the file. It is running successfully, right? So if you are implementing your interface into the class, you have to override all the method of the interface, or you can make a class as an abstract class. These two ways, these two approach, you can handle the error, right? So that interface is extending into the class and you have to override the display method into the class. But if you do not want to override the display method into the class, at that time you have to make your class as an abstract class. I hope you are understanding this point very well, guys. This is very most important point to the interface. So if you remove that abstract keyword from here, at that time you need to override the display method over here. So in the interface, the display method do not have the body, right? So here you have to override the void display and the body part system.out.println. Say for example, hello over here. I will write hello over here. Okay. So I am saving the file. So what I have done, I have overridden the method of the interface into my class. So I am compiling the file. See here, illegal start of expression. Okay. So let me I just need to do some changes into my code. What I have done is illegal start of expression void display on the line number 9. So what I need to do is I need to make the change in my code. I am just copy over here and paste it over here. Okay, so now as you can say, a class has overridden the method of the interface. Okay, so there was my mistake. I have written that method into the main method, but this is not the proper way. You have to define your interface method into the class. So now as you can see, display in interface demo 1 cannot be implemented display in my interface. So that what we have done over here is we have implemented the method of the interface over here. Here we have just declaring, and in the class we are giving the definition of the method. So here I have given a public static void main. It means that a class has the main method and a display, that is an overridden method also. So here what I will do over here is, so I need to create, say for example, this class, I am changing the class name over here, my class. Okay, my class 1. Okay, and over here I am creating a class interface demo 1, and in that class I will write the main method. It means public static void main. Now you can see the structure of the code. The interface is implementing into the class is overriding the interface method, and then we have another class with the public static void main. So that my class 1 is a child class for the interface, and that interface we are implementing into the class. So now what I am doing is I am extending that interface into my my class 1 into my interface demo 1 class. So that is a very most important. I am compiling the file. Say for example, let me just resize this window so you will have the proper visualization. I am compiling the file. As you can see, I am getting an error. Okay, display method in my class 1 cannot be implemented into the interface. So here we have defining the interface, and here we have defining an interface over here into the my class 1. So the interface is implementing into the class, and that class is extending into my main class. It is what I have given. I am giving you the demonstration for the interface. So that interface is implementing into the class, and that class has the overridden method as name as a display. So now what I am going to, the class interface demo 1 extend my class 1. So what I will do over here is I am removing the extends from here also. Now I am creating a, say for example, my class 1, object of the my class C1 equal to a new my class 1. Okay. So the object of the class is created. Now I can call a method C1.display. I am compiling the file again. See over here, my friends, I am getting an error over here also. Okay. So attempting to assign weaker access privileges was public. Okay, so this is what the main method is, and in the interface you have just declared the display method, and in the class you have implemented the interface and you have overridden the display method of the interface. So here the error is on line number 8. The void display method in my class 1 cannot implement the display in the my interface. Attempting to assign weaker access privileges was public. So I am copying the main method and paste it into over here. I am removing that class, and now we have two class, interface demo 1. Say for example, it is implementing my interface and has the main method also. Okay, so now I am saving the file. See over here, my friends, the interface is implementing into the class, and class has the main method also and overridden method also, name as a display. Okay, so I am just removing that object we have created because that class is not exist now. So let's compile the file over here. Okay, I will create a object of the interface demo 1. Say for example, interface demo 1 inter 1 equal to new interface demo 1. I have created an object of the class now. The object name is inter 1. So by using that object, you can make a call a method, but before that, what we will do, we will compile our file. Say for example, interface demo 1 over here, and we have created an object of the class name is interface demo 1 and object name is inter. Now I am compiling the file. Okay, getting the same error. Display in interface demo 1 cannot be implement display in my interface. Attempting to assign weaker access privilege. So I need to make this method as a public now, because now you compile the file, there are no any error now, because all the members of the class will be the private, and you are implementing the interface of the, you are implementing an interface, then all the method of the interface will be public. So you need to define your overridden method as a public. Now you can call a method as a inter1.display. Say for example, I will write over here interface demo. Now you can compile the file, and now you run the file. Say for example, output it interface demo. So what is the concept over here is, if you are overriding the interface method, at that time you need to make this method as a public into the class. Why? Because uh, all the method of the interface will be public by default, and the class member will be private by default. So you need to override your interface method into the class by making a public. Okay, so this is what the point is. I'm changing the name of the interface my interface 1. I'm copying the interface and paste it over here, my interface 2. So in this code, now we have two interface, and every interface has a method. So I'm calling the display 1 method. Okay, so you can implement two interface over here by comma, say for example my interface 2. So that class is implementing two interface into the one class. So that is what we can say a multiple inheritance over here. So the interface demo 1 is a child class, has two parents now, my interface 1 and my interface 2. So both the interface are implementing by the interface demo 1 class. So I need to make over here also display 1 and display 2, interface demo 2. And over here display 1 and interface 1 demo. Okay. So both the method is overridden now. Both the method of the interface is overridden into the class now. So that is implementing the both interface into the class. So now what I am doing is I am copying the code, paste it over here, creating an object inter2, calling a method display2, and this inter2 is the method, is the object of the interface demo 1. So now I am compiling the file, compile successfully, running the file, running successfully. As you can see in the output, interface demo 1, interface 1 demo and interface 2 demo was in the output. Okay, interface 1 demo and interface 2 demo, as you can see in the output. So this is what we have implemented, two interface into one class. This is what we are calling a multiple inheritance. So if you want to provide the functionality of multiple inheritance, at that time you need to create interface, and that interface you can implement multiple interface into the class. So this is what I have given you the demonstration for the interface, right? So both the interface is implementing into the class, and both the method of the interface are overriding in the class. So here I am writing over here extends, say for example extends my interface 1. So this is also possible. You can extend one interface into the another interface. So here my interface 2 is a child interface and my interface 1 is a parent interface for the my interface 2 interface. So this is what you can do like that also. One interface can extend one interface and one class can implement the one or multiple interface. So that my interface 1 is implementing over here also. So I am just giving you the example, extends my interface 1. Okay, now I am compiling the file, compiled successfully. So see over here my friends, see the code complexity of the interface. It's a very most complex code for the interface because it is extending into the interface and it is extending into the class also. So into the class we have implemented two interface, and in one interface we are extending another interface. When we compile the file, when we run the file, as we can get the output interface 1 demo and interface 2 demo, because both the method that we have overridden into the class. So there is the interface 2 is extending the my interface 1. So interface 2 will have all the properties of interface 1, and here we are implementing. You can do like that also, implements my interface 2 only. Now I am compiling the file, compile successfully, running the file. We will have the same output because what we have done, we have extend one interface into another interface, and then we have implement that second interface into my class. So that is also a possible way to work with the interface. So I am commenting this line over here and creating only one object, say for example interface demo 1, and compiling the file and running the file. We will get only the interface 2 demo in the output because we do not have called the method for the interface 1. So inter2.display1 you can call over here also. You inter2.display1, now compile the file, run the file, you will have the output interface 1 demo, interface 2 demo. Because we have created an object for the interface demo 1, and that one is implementing the interface 2, and that interface 2 is extending the interface 1. So I hope you are understanding the flow of the interface. one interface is extending into another interface, and that another interface is implementing into the class. So that is why we are getting the output as interface demo 1 and interface demo 2 by the object of the interface demo 1. So that's all from my side in this video. In the next video we will learn about the package. So stay tuned with my channel, like, share and subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys.